It glitched. Why did it glitch? That's all right. It still sounded cool. Hopefully, that brought some nostalgia to your ears, to your eyes, to whatever the things you are. If you haven't noticed, if you haven't paid attention, if you don't read what I put in little commenty things, and I take all my time to learn how to spell and put it all in there, we are talking PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games tonight. It is Back Talk with Bauer. I am the host, Josh of J. Bauer Art. Welcome to this shit show of chaos and messed upness. And we can't say the F word yet. We have to wait another few seconds. But welcome. I hope you guys are doing well. Happy Thanksgiving week for those that are celebrating, except Willow, because damn Canadians. But welcome. This is episode number 31, and we got lots to talk about, lots to do. But first, we have to thank the people that keep the lights on and all the good stuff. So if you like the intro, not the PlayStation, the podcast intro. If you like the intro, you like the artwork behind me, if you've seen some of my graphic design stuff, if you like my shirt, look at that sexy shirt right there. It's so sexy. If you like my shirt, head over to jbowerart.com. You can find my art shop. You can find my Threadless account. You can check out my portfolio. If you need some graphic design work done, video editing, any of that good stuff, jbowerart.com is the place to go. Find all the places to follow the show, follow my artwork, follow all the crap I do. I am on every social media I can find so far. And then just a heads up, a self-plug, one more self-plug. If you like the shirt and you want a shirt that I have designed, head over to jbowerart.com. You can find my Threadless site. Ryan will be showing off his shirt in a little bit. And they are actually doing a giant Black Friday sale starting tomorrow all the way to December 7th. You can get the regular t-shirts, not like this one. This one's like the extra soft one. But you can get regular t-shirts for just $12 plus shipping and handling. And then anything else, which I think would include the soft shirts, is 20% off. So you can get the now I can say it because we've done enough time. You can get the fuckery shirt. You can get fuckery, fancy fuckery. You can get Back Talk with Bauer. You can get Bauer Club. All the designs that I've done, tons of different designs on shirts, on mugs, on all the shit. You can get it for a nice little fun price for yourself. Get it for a friend. Get it for your dog. Get it for your baby. I don't care. Buy them to help me, keep the. You know how expensive these Christmas lights are? They're astronomical. So anyways, jbowerart.com for all that craziness. I want to give a shout out to the sponsor, one of my awesome sponsors, Kingdom of Comics, facebook.com/Kingdom of Comics Shop. They are an amazing comic shop that, for some odd reason, sponsors this show. They have hopped on board till the end of December, and I greatly appreciate it. You can find them on 4320 South Babcock Street in Melbourne, Florida. Jason and Paula are the amazing owners of the comic shop. They have been huge supporters of mine, and now they are official sponsors. What's up, Terry, all the way from Ireland? Good to see you, sir, and thank you for saying I have a sexy damn shirt. You are very true. You can get new comics, authorized CGC dealer, toys, graphic novels, rare collectibles, pop statues, and more. If you head over there on a Friday, you can get half off any beer with the purchase of a trade paperback or graphic novel. Make sure to ask about the drinks to go deals. And I forgot to message Jason, so hopefully I'm plugging the right ones. But I finally got my copy of The Last Ronin. So you can get that through them. If you go on their Facebook page and message them, any comic you're looking for, anything you need, just message them and they will ship it out to you. So check out The Last Ronin. I still got to read that. That is on my read list this weekend. And then if you guys watched the special I did with Kingdom of Comics where we did some the Kingdom reviews, we talked to John Hendrick and we talked about his comic book that was coming out, The Recount. It just dropped, I believe, last week. I got my copy from Kingdom of Comics, so make sure to get yours. You're supporting local guys and a person that's been on the show. So if you get from them, let them know that Back Talk with Bauer sent you. Let them know that you went to them. Let me know you went to them, and I'd greatly appreciate it. And then two quick shout-outs. A shout-out to Happy Trails Animal Rescue. Type them up in your Google machine. Find them. They're in Orlando. They are looking for donations of all kinds. COVID has hit them a little hard with getting donations and everything. So if you would like to help out an awesome animal rescue that helps out dogs that have had issues, had problems, behavioral things, they help rehabilitate them and get them into forever homes, go give them a hand over at Happy Trails. And if you're friends with my mom, you can actually find her birthday donation thing. She's doing a little birthday fundraiser from Facebook for Happy Trails. So go check them out. And then one more shout out. It's All Fine and Dandy, an awesome podcast. They've been on they were on one of the first few episodes of Back Talk with Bauer. They are doing a very cool little supporting local shops and local creators and everything. And they asked if I would be a part of it. So they're giving me shout outs. So I give them a shout out. So go check out It's All Fine and Dandy and let everybody know that you go and bother, that I told them to go bother you. And then when it comes to one quick thing, because I forgot, when it comes to Threadless, make sure to check out everybody else on Threadless. Go check out Reels and Heels, Nerd Culture, who else? Lights, Thunder, Action. I'm actually purchasing a shirt from them very soon. So go and check out all those guys. You can get the same deals. It's a whole Threadless site. But if you head over to www.hwwswebtv.com, yay me, I got it. You can follow myself. You can follow the two guests that I'm going to have on there. The website is actually done by me. It's still a work in progress, so don't yell at me if it looks like crap. It's not cleaned up yet. But you can support all the amazing shows on the HWWS WebTV network. You can find everybody's shop. You can buy all the things. You can support all the stuff, like all the things, and subscribe to all the shit. So, yeah. With that being said, we are, I figured, I actually came up with this idea a while back, mostly because it was Black Friday. I didn't actually think the PlayStation 5 was going to drop within this last week or so. So it kind of worked out nicely. But Ryan and I from Nerd Culture came up with the idea. We were kind of getting into the last conversation we had. We got into some old video game stuff. And I thought it'd be really cool to talk about some of our favorite old PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games. So I roped in a couple of people to join in. Of course, it is the one, the only Ryan Permison. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. Thanks for having me. Man, a lot of plugs, but I got to say, this shirt that I'm wearing here,
look at that.
This is a really cool shirt, if I do say so myself. Don't you think?
It's gorgeous. It is very nice. It looks very cool. That's the first time I've seen it actually printed on something, so it looks very cool. Are you happy with it, sir? Did I do a good job?
It's a long sleeve shirt. It's going to keep me nice and warm during the cold winter months of 2020 into 2021. So yeah, it's good. I like it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to hop on and chat random video games with me.
No problem.
And of course, she was on last week, and I roped her into coming on again. Let's welcome Willow Schuyler. Hello, Willow. How are you?
Hey, good.
Thank you so much for popping in. And for those that don't know, Willow is a part of Reels and Heels and Willow's Pillow Talk. It's so many freaking shows.
There are, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's people saying
bigger
hi.
And bigger, it seems.
Oh, thank you for loving the tea. You can get that at Threadless, J Bauer Art Threadless. Check it out.
Elise,
oh, man.
She's one of my best friends.
Don't you mean one of our best friends, Willow?
Yes. I met her at the pinup pageant in Winnipeg a couple of years ago. So
that's awesome. So Terry's already bringing up a game that some of these I may have to look up, because I don't remember them until I see the imagery. But Destruction Derby, does that ring a bell for anybody?
I sadly no, but I played a lot of Carmageddon and Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal. When I think of stuff like that, Twisted Metal comes to my mind.
All right, we will get to there real quick. I just want. Oh, okay. I think I kind of remember Destruction Derby. Sometimes I'm just gonna pop it up on my phone because I'm not good with multitasking.
Okay, that's cool.
But it was kind of like straight up, just like an old school derby that you could wreck the cars into each other and all that good stuff. So, my first question would be, and I remember at least for the first PlayStation 1 game, and that's where we're gonna start off with this PlayStation 1. What was the first PlayStation 1 game that you played? Do you remember? All right, we'll start with Ryan because he nodded.
Yeah, I remember. It was a beautiful Christmas morning.
Oh, there we go.
I was the first one to get up because I'm the youngest in my family. Just to give a little peek behind the curtain. And I ran downstairs. I saw that Santa, ate some cookies, drank the milk, and I, went into my the stocking, right? You always start with the stocking, and then you go under the tree with the bigger boxes. So I go into my stocking and I see these games here, and there was like 1 or 2 of them for my PlayStation 1, because when I went under the tree and got the bigger box, it was a PlayStation 1 video game console. So I got the console and my first few games, and the first few games I remember getting, the very first one I remember getting, Jet Moto.
Oh, yeah.
First game.
That is my first game
that I ever got for PlayStation 1. And I remember going and playing that with my brothers, because I have 2 older brothers, by the way. So we were playing it, and it's a racing game. You're on jet skis. You're there it is. Well, there's the sequel.
It's technically 2,
that was
but
a good game.
Trying to get people to remember what it is.
Right, because as you know, if something does well, ladies and gentlemen, they always got to make a sequel. So,
or 6 of them if you're Tony Hawk.
Or 6,000 of them, like they did with Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. But that's a movie thing. But Jet Moto was fun. That was a lot of fun to play. That was my first game. It was fun. The music was cool. It had these guitar riffs, you know, some rock music playing in the background, and I was wearing a blue outfit for my character because blue is my favorite color. If you can't tell by this ridiculously good-looking shirt.
Oh man, this damn cover brings back memories. So we'll bring up the covers once in a while, but look at that thing.
Sure.
Oh, that's like my
there
full
it is.
nostalgia right there.
I remember that. I remember that like I were yesterday. It was so much fun to play with. That was my first game.
Back in the days when they actually had bios for the characters in the booklets.
Oh, you remember those too? Yeah. I read a few. So yeah, that was my first game I got for PlayStation 1 was Jet Moto. So thank you to the creators, the people who worked so hard to put those games together because it was fond memories.
So I have to say, I just recently played Jet Moto 2, and I forgot how damn hard it was to control those vehicles. Like there's no gravity. There's no like actual what
just
would you
flying
call
through
it?
the air.
Yeah, you're just flying around. Like if you go too fast, you fly right off the edge. Like I played one track for almost 30 minutes and couldn't beat it. I'm like, how did I play this as a kid? I was so mad. Yeah. Anyways, Willow, so do you remember your first game?
Jet Moto was definitely one of them.
Okay.
The Resident Evil series was the other one that got me hooked. That got me hooked, and I was, I was a PlayStation lover for the rest of my life.
I could never do the old Resident Evil or Silent Hill games. We've talked many times in other shows before. I'm not a fan of
I'm a
scary
huge survival horror fan.
I can't sleep after those damn things. Oh, they terrify the shit out of me.
That was my life for most of the 90s. It was hilarious. It's like I remember playing that religiously, and I'm just like, so. And then of course I started dreaming about these things, getting chased by.
Those are called nightmares, Willow.
Yeah, getting chased by the tyrant, or yeah, Resident Evil was my life, and same with Silent Hill.
So Terry brings up Micro Machines. I kind of remember that one.
I remember collecting little Micro Machine, cars and figures, specifically the Star Wars vehicles, Willow, the Millennium Falcon and the AT-AT walkers. Does anybody remember the Micro Machines from Star Wars?
Oh yeah.
Those were fun. Those were fun to collect back in the day. Which, by the way, someone was selling them yesterday. I was really tempted to buy them. They were mint in box too.
And the little Polly Pocket things as well.
Mm-hmm.
No, they must have brought it back out for... Oh, here we go. Here's a PlayStation 1 game. Let's see. There we go. That bad boy there. I'm still not used to this double computer crap. So.
It's weird.
Hey, here we go. Oh, no. Now I'm advertising other people's websites. Go Josh.
Another PlayStation game that had me going was Fear Effect.
I do not remember that one.
That was good.
I don't think that rings a bell.
I liked also Parasite Eve. I couldn't find my copy of it though.
Gotcha.
I like the visual props you have.
I loved. There was. So I went through. It was. It's called a website called GamesRadar.com, and it was like one of the first ones that popped up because I looked up top 10 PlayStation 1 games and then PlayStation 2 games. Sure. And they gave me top 25. So I wrote down ones that I kind of remembered. There was number 22 was Driver. I don't know if you guys remember the Driver ones.
Yep, I remember that.
Those were fun games. I think I played a couple of them.
Driver 3.
Driver. They made a lot of those. Now, one that I really remember, and I actually remember my stepmom playing it more than myself, was it came in at number 21, Spyro the Dragon.
Yes.
I played a demo version of that once. Or no, not once. It was more like a few times.
My stepmother and my brothers really got into that game and played the hell out of it. And I played it here and there. I didn't get into it as much. But yeah, it was a fantastic game, really fun to play. It could be a little aggravating at times because you couldn't figure out where you were actually supposed to go. But yeah, that was, and they actually just recently came out with a remastered version of Spyro for the PlayStation 4, I believe,
Nice.
and I think it might be heading to PlayStation 5 or can be played on PlayStation 5. And then number 20 came in with Spider-Man. Now, I don't know if did you guys ever play? It was I want to say the
I was
early.
gonna say, wasn't there like 100 different versions of Spider-Man?
Now there was here. You'll know it from the cover. I bet.
Spider-Man does. Oh, I'm sorry. Whatever Spider can. Spider Pig. Spider Pig. No, sorry, that's a
All right, so there
That's
is
what needed.
there is Spider-Man there. So this was it was very.
I did play that
I
once.
wonder if they have any of the images. It was a very blocky game, and
I think I played
you,
it once.
man, I'm trying to find videos.
Well,
Oh, it's gonna be all the new stuff.
oh yeah,
now.
yeah.
I wonder if I typed in PlayStation 1. But this, I played the hell out of this game, like to no end. Here we go. YouTube's really gonna hate us today.
Yeah.
I remember
I'm muting it.
the great graphics of the PlayStation 1 very, very vividly.
Very blocky, very interesting. What the hell is it? More commercials?
More ads. You gotta love the
More
ads.
ads on ads.
We love
We're
you
doing
ads.
Film
No, we
Freaks
don't.
again. But yeah,
My
so
goodness.
this was I played. So this level you're looking at right here. I don't know why, because I beat the whole game at least once or twice. But I would just go through and play this level and then the next level, and then go back at the beginning, and because like it was the easiest parts. You could play. You could mess with the guys. I would just sit there. And my brothers were very young. So they would just sit and watch, and I would do commentary. Like basically what people are getting paid multi-million fucking dollars to do right now, I was doing as a kid. And people told me, you'll never make money doing that. You lying bastards. I did it.
I played a
Forever.
version of this. I think I played a version of this on Game Boy Color.
Okay, you might have. Yeah, they
had
came
different
out with
versions
it.
of
It
the
came
game.
out with both versions. And
they
then
came out
this
with
was cool because this was one of the earliest games, or Spider-Man games I remembered
look
that you
at
would get
that.
different suits.
Ooh, Spidey.
And you would get you could get an invisible suit where all the bad guys couldn't see you,
Look at
and you
this.
could just mess with them constantly and never get hit or hurt or anything. Man, this game, if I can, I will probably keep an eye out for this because I would love to play this thing again. The cutscenes were great. It had
looks like
actually
fun.
Stan Lee doing the voiceover stuff.
Nice.
If you're looking for a good old classic Spider-Man game to play, this is one you want to play. You'll just get so much nostalgia stuff. So many random people show up too, like other Marvel entities show up, and it's a lot of fun.
I think I played the Spider-Man game for the PlayStation 2 because I don't really remember this one, but
Yeah,
it looks cool.
there was probably the movie one.
Yeah, the movie
Yeah.
the movie version of the game, I played that on PS2, which we'll get to in a little bit. But
Yeah, the movie ones were great, but yeah, so that is Spider-Man, and then we jump. I didn't really see anything else that caught my eye and then we can jump off from this too. So like number 15, it's technically Tomb Raider 2, but I played the hell out of Tomb Raider 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Those were fantastic games. I didn't play as a kid. I didn't play games all the way through. I played like stupid stuff, and I went and would go like you could go to Laura's mansion and like just wander around her mansion.
Yes, you too.
And-
I spent most of my time playing that, like
Okay,
just
good.
around the
So I'm not
mansion.
the only one. And you would the butler would follow you around the whole time, and then you lock him in the freezer.
Yes.
He's perfectly fine, but you just lock him in the freezer because you're a sick, twisted child.
I would purposely try to lose him just to, and then of course going into the gym area and trying to do all the tricks, and of course I'd find different ways to kill Lara Croft.
Oh yeah. There's so many times she died. But man, Tomb Raider has been an amazing series that has gone on. Have you guys ever been to, this jumps off a little bit, but have you guys, I go to a lot of arcade, well not now, but when I go out to places, I go to a lot of arcade games, or arcade places. Have you played the Tomb Raider arcade game?
No.
Oh my god, this thing is huge. So it's at least as wide, it's wider than my arm span.
Wow.
It may be close to 2. And it's this giant screen, and then it's all got rocks. They really build it up and everything. And then it's got a rock ledge, and you have guns. And 3 or 4 people can play at one time. And you go and you're being Lara Croft, and you're following her, and you're shooting with her. Or I think maybe one of you play as her, but it's a hell of an awesome game.
Is it a rail shooter? Or do you actually get to control the character?
I want to say it's a rail shooter. You don't really get to, you kind of, she takes you around and then you stop.
That's
and
cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. So I love playing that one. But Tomb Raider was a lot of fun, and it kind of made one of the big games that I think I was surprised it only made it to 15. Some of the other games that beat it, I'm like, okay, sure. Let's see. Terry says he's got the updated version of Tomb Raider on Xbox One. Never made it out of the mansion. Oh, that's too funny. All right, then we go to number 13, which is Legacy of Kain, Soul Eater. Do you guys remember this one at all?
No.
I remember a little bit of Soul Eater. I don't think I've really spent much time playing it though.
Let's see. I never played the whole game. Now, a lot of my times is like I never got the games. I got the for a lot of times back in the day, PlayStation you would get the PlayStation magazine or something, and it would give you a disc with a bunch of random games to play, to try to get you to buy new ones. Yeah,
demos.
Yeah, demos.
Free
so
demos,
I would play
everybody.
the crap out of the demos all the time,
That's
and
how
never
I found
actually.
Spyro the Dragon.
Yeah. So like,
demo.
and I just would keep playing those and never go play the real game. So I don't know if the demos actually did good or bad. So let's see. I'll zoom in. Oh, you could watch the whole game playthrough on here.
Gee whiz.
All right, here we go. So this is Soul Eater. So you were this creepy undead character, and you fought creepy creatures, and you collected their souls every time you killed one. And
that sounds like a horror movie, yeah.
Yeah, and it's that's one of the few creepier ones that I played, and really liked it. So let's see. I'm trying fight somebody, you bastard. But yeah, it's amazing how like some games are really like I played them and really remember them, and they're like kind of stuck in my head, and then like some other people never heard of them before. I always found that really funny. But that is Soul Eater. So, and then this kind of reminds me of, I want to say it's medieval. You were playing this old, or this like skeleton knight. Do you remember this one at all?
I remember that from way early 90s.
Yeah, that was, yeah, there it is. Medieval. Oh, Medal of Honor, which I actually just forgot. Let's see. PlayStation 1 demo disc. I probably played this exact thing right here. But yeah, this is medieval, and
Why does this look
actually
so
a pretty cool
familiar?
game.
I think I played a demo version of this, dude.
You probably played this demo right here. This is one of the ones that came in from PlayStation Magazine or something.
Yeah, I think I did play this. Yeah.
I miss this old animation, man. This just reminds me of my full childhood and everything. And let's see if we can. We'll zoom.
New game.
Yeah, and
I remember this. I remember it. Demo version, baby.
Just so 90s. Oh god, I miss it so much. But yeah, medieval. This was like along the lines with the creepy games and things like that. And I gotta say, this actually animation was pretty good, especially for its time, and it doesn't look too bad now.
That's when the animation actually took its like time to build up, and I love that because of the fact that they instead of coming out with some blocky character, they actually played around with how much that they can push the envelope with the animation at the time.
Right. Yeah, they did a fantastic job. Medieval and Spyro the Dragon, and that kind of led into
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot was great.
Man, I just realized Crash Bandicoot did not make this list. That is some BS right there. Crash Bandicoot is amazing.
I played a demo version of that. I played, what was another? I don't know if anyone remembers this game. This was like a
Jack and Daxter.
Yeah, my brothers got into that a lot.
You and your
I don't know if we'll actually make it to PlayStation 2 games today because we're already a half hour in and we're barely through this list.
All right, well, I'll wrap it up. I'll tell you what. I'll wrap it up with this. Two games. Two games I remember playing on PlayStation. One of them was I got introduced to the world of skateboarding with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. So
that made the list.
There's that to take into consideration. Number two, I don't know if anyone remembers this. This was like a shooter mission type game. It was called Siphon Filter.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
So that was a game where if you got the taser, it like goes out like 50 feet. You can electrocute a guy and watch him burn to death. Not that I condone violence or anything like that, but does anyone remember using the taser on your enemies when you're playing that game and you just watch them burn to the ground like that? Yeah, I don't mean to get dark and dirty here on this show, but those were some of the games I remember playing as a youngin'. So there's your PlayStation 1 wrap-up right there.
And then, of course, Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid is a fantastic...
I never played it.
Really?
I never got into the Metal Gear Solid. I haven't played them.
So this was one where I got... I had the original game, or I got the demo first, and I played the hell out of the demo, and the demo was just the first 2 levels, and that was a fun game just to mess with the guards with. Like, I just had so much fun just messing with the guards, knocking on stuff, running around, and disappearing, and they the little.
I'm sure that everybody has this on their phone who played Metal Gear Solid, but that's my indicator for when someone texts me.
I think I made things that I have not had that one on my phone. Surprisingly enough,
I need something loud to gather my attention, and that sound itself is really loud on my phone.
Oh yeah.
Fair enough.
I was in the Metal Gear Solid franchise for a good while. I beat the first one. I didn't beat a ton of games, but I did beat the first one and maybe the second one. But man, that was a fantastic. And I mean, we still haven't touched the surface with a bunch of games, so I think we're just sticking for PS1. Maybe we'll get to PS2, but we may have to do another episode because we can
come back tomorrow.
There we go. So we get into number 12 on the GamesRadar.com list of the top 25 PlayStation games, PlayStation 1 games, is Final Fantasy VII, which Willow has. This is the
she has everything.
This is the only Final Fantasy game I ever played. I never could get into Final Fantasy. Somebody randomly bought this, probably a grandparent or something that knew I had a PlayStation, so they grabbed, some game that looked good. But I can't get into them. They're so boring and long.
It is
terrible.
Like this version of Final Fantasy VII, I believe, has like a crack in it or something, and I've tried playing it through, but for some reason, no matter how many times I've gone and tried to upgrade my character, I can't pass this one part.
Oh, jeez.
So I'm just like, okay, well, I guess I'm stuck there. So I have to find myself a new copy of Final Fantasy VII.
Now, Final Fantasy is still going on, right? Like,
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
There's like a new game every other year, and they come out with like 3 other versions of the same game, and it's like, there's like it's like a franchise that just won't die. There's a few we can name right now, but we won't get into that.
At the time, this was like unfounded for the amount of hours that it would take to play.
Right.
It was like a 72-hour game or something like that. Yeah.
You wouldn't hear from children for days, if not weeks on end, Willow.
Yeah. Terry actually brought up one, Terry MacGyver, all the way from Ireland, our social media guru, which I actually got to see. He's a real person on Saturday. That was nice. He
great
didn't
to see
move
him.
or talk a lot, but he does look like a human. So, you know, it's good. I just thought he was our imaginary
his
friend.
wanted poster is up on our website.
Oh, it is.
So he brings up Medal of Honor. Did you guys get into Medal of Honor at all?
No, but my husband did.
Oh man,
He played a lot of those games.
That was the game that I remember to this day. My dad and I playing together, and we would trade back and forth on whoever beat the level, died, or whatever. We would go back and forth, and it would be like, I think there was 3 or 4 Christmases in a row. We would get that game on Christmas and just sit there and play the hell out of that for hours, and almost beat it within a few days.
That and Ghost Recon was a huge one in my household as well.
I never got into that, but I got into after Medal of Honor. I got into Call of Duty, of course.
Yeah.
And played the hell out of quite a few of those. But man,
and then the Rainbow Six stuff took over too. So
my brother, my middle brother Jesse got into Rainbow Six. He played those a lot. He's like, "You should play with me." I'm like, I got nothing. I will just die a lot. And then, so we go into number 10 of the list, because I jump around a little bit. Some games I just never heard of. I've never saw, never heard of. But it's technically Tekken 3, but the Tekken franchise. I love old school fighting games.
Oh, I'm a huge fight.
Yeah.
I fight dirty.
Boy, that could be taken out of context in a couple of different ways if you're watching the show
That's
live
the promo
on
for the
YouTube.
week.
Yeah, or any day of the week. Yeah, no. Tekken. My introduction to Tekken was in the other system that we'll talk about later. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't play the PS1 versions.
I loved Tekken. I loved Soul Calibur. There is actually one, and I think
Mortal
you and I
Kombat.
might have Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat wasn't as big though. Like, especially for PlayStation, they really just came out.
They just re-released the trilogy for the PS1.
Yeah, and that's all you got. But Bloody War was a good one. Hold on, we're gonna look at Bloody War.
I feel like I feel like this show is more about educating Ryan on games he's ever heard of.
Oh man! So if I find
here
your
all
game, or if
night
somebody has access to this game, I want it. I will buy it off of you. Hold on.
He wants a copy.
I want a copy.
He wants a copy of the game, so just sell it to him.
I was huge on fighting. Well, I still am, but I'm huge on the fighting games.
All right, here we go. So Bloody War is a standard fighting game, and but the twist on theirs was you could turn your character into this giant animal, and they their whole moveset would change, and you can transform back and forth to human to animal.
Feel your animality. Sorry, that's a line from Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I digress.
It was not that shitty. This is way better than that. Let's see. Let me see if I can fast forward when they actually. Let's see. Is he a wolf here? There he is. So the one guy is a giant tiger, and your moveset change and thing. And like the really cool thing was if you transformed, like you had a time limit on how you transformed and how long it lasted. But when you actually went and hit, you could use the transformation as a hit. Like they could be beating you up, you hit it, and it will knock them away. So you kind of have like a chance to recover. But yeah, Bloody War is a great game.
Bloody War.
There was also Fatal Fury was another one.
Oh yeah.
What about the other one, Virtua Fighter?
Virtual Fighter, yes.
I liked the arcade game better though.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. The arcade version was certainly better, especially when you had to get your anger out on the person standing next to you. Like, I'm going to destroy you. Like,
funny. I shouldn't really derail that, but
you're going to anyway.
A funny story about that. I was playing that game and going from character to character, and this one kid comes out and he's like, okay, I'm gonna try to beat you. I'm like, okay, go right ahead. So he tried like several times trying to beat me, and it never worked. So he finally just walked away angry. I'm just like, sorry.
You better
so basically
you
beat him so many times that it was fatality.
I was still on my first quarter.
Oh, you were still on your first quarter? Gee whiz. Yeah, Virtua Fighter, I was always Jeffrey. The boxer-looking dude. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
Now, so it's jumping systems, but there was like Virtual Fighter 4, I want to say, for one of the Xboxes. And
yeah, because Virtua
my
Fighter
friend-
3 came out for the Sega Saturn.
Okay, yeah. So I want to say it's Virtual Fighter 4, and my friends and I would all play it, and my girlfriend, wife, but now girlfriend at that time, she would play it with us, and that was the only game she really played with us. And she would button mash enough. Nobody could beat her. She's terrible at video games. Never really played them. She hates shooter games. We used to play some shooter games, and we could hide from her. We could like basically crouch underneath of her and just like randomly shoot her from below, and she gets so pissed off. But Virtual Fighter, she would whoop our ass, man.
Just
she
find
just like
that one move that works and you
Yep.
kick ass.
oh man.
Oh, Virtua Fighter. Those were some fond memories in the arcades and your home consoles.
Oh yeah. So next up on the list, I jumped to number 7, and Terry actually brought this up. Was Papa Rapper the Rapper? Did you guys ever play this?
I think I played it once, and I'm just like, what the hell is this?
I could not get into it. I saw it. I never bought it. Let's see.
Why is Willow laughing so hard? Jeez.
You have a kinship with Terry there, Josh.
Oh,
with
I
the
do?
Hard Trilogy.
Oh yes, we will be getting that. Let's see. Where is he at?
Come out to the coast. We'll get together, have a few laughs.
I'll actually be watching that movie very soon because
It's the holidays.
It's a Christmas. It's a Christmas
It's a
movie.
To
Let's
some
see.
people, Willow, it is. To Ryan,
So this
it
is this bringing back any memories?
Oh, now I get it.
It's-
Okay, yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a terrible game, guys.
It was
Come
a weird
on.
game that didn't make a whole lot of sense, but I remember playing the demo version of this, I think.
Yeah. The reason
Was there a demo
Ryan and I
version?
played most games was thanks to demos.
Yeah, well, thank
That
you,
game
demos.
drove
and
me
thank
nuts
you to those
when
who
I was
created
working for EB Games.
EB Games, Willow? That's where I got my first N64.
Yeah, man, there was a really nice DB Games in the Eastwood Mall up in Northeast Ohio, and I used to go in there and just look at all the games going, I can't afford any of these.
Yep.
Buy one once in a blue moon with some saved up birthday money or something.
Buy one, get one 50% off sales.
Oh.
But believe me, at this point, if they still gave me discounts on systems, I probably would not have quit.
I probably would not have quit. I see what you did there, Willow.
We got, then we jumped to number 6. We already talked about a little bit, Silent Hill.
Yeah.
And then number 5 is technically Twisted Metal 3. My
Jeez.
favorite
Beautiful.
is Twisted Metal 2.
Yeah.
For those that may not know, if you don't know Twisted Metal, get the hell out of my stream. If you do not know what it is, go educate yourself.
Pretty sure there was a demo version
if
I
you're-
played.
Oh,
Damn it, Ryan!
Sorry.
Need for Speed was another big one. For,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
but I
I forgot
didn't
about
jump
Need
on
for
that
Speed.
bandwagon until much later when PS, whatever they were called, were coming out.
I loved Need for Speed Hot Pursuit.
Yeah, baby, that was
A
the
fun one
jam.
when you could chase your friend. So here is Twisted Metal. I love Twisted Metal 2. It
Gosh.
really changed up some things, added
Look
some.
at this.
You were going around the world in Twisted Metal 2, I believe. But this is just a fun, sick, twisted game. And then people wonder why 90s kids are so fucked up.
Yeah, there you go.
It's called coping mechanisms, Josh.
Oh, God.
There you go. Twisted Metal. There you go.
Yeah, I was always, a lot of times, I want to say it was Roadkill. I was always Roadkill.
Yeah.
But my brothers and I played the hell out of this game when we were kids. And many a late nights playing this bad boy right here.
They should make a direct-to-video adaptation of this game. Let's make a movie out of this. No, I'm kidding.
Well, and I actually watched, there's a YouTube channel I subscribe. I haven't seen any new stuff for them in a while. But they basically go and talk about franchises that died. And it goes into, what happened, where their height, where it went wrong, where things went bad, and how they fucked up more and more and more, and then killed a franchise. And one of them is the Twisted Metal series. And it's really fascinating to watch that series. So I can't remember the name off the top of my head. If I find it, I'll post it on the J Bauer Art sites or the HWWS WebTV site, because
Yes.
they're really cool to watch. There's a bunch of them. So if you're into any of these old games, they do like Earthworm Jim and a bunch of other ones. So check it out. But yeah, Twisted Metal's a top favorite. Then we go into, let's see. Number 3 is technically Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. We were just talking about this at my work the other day because we were talking about different music and stuff. And the Tony Hawk series, the entire Tony Hawk series, really influenced what I listened to back then. And you can just play some songs off of it, and I just I go right back to remembering the levels, the games, and trying to get the high score. Did they come out with? I know they were supposed to be coming out with a remastered of 1 and 2. Did it drop yet? Because if so, I have to leave right now and go buy it.
I'm not really sure, but man, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and then there was Tony Hawk's Underground, and yeah.
And then here's a fun fact of Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I want to say it's 1 or 2. I'm pretty sure it's 1. I can't remember, but you can actually win or unlock a skin that's Spider-Man's suit from the game that we talked about at the beginning of the top of the program.
Oh, there you go.
So that was really cool. He had his own Spider-Man deck and everything, and he could he shot his webs to do his special moves and everything. So yeah.
To answer your question, yes, they did come out with it. It's
cool
for PlayStation 4.
Oh, Josh has got more money to spend.
Yep, I'll be doing that later.
Gonna get it on Black Friday.
So do you guys still have your old PlayStations?
I have a old PlayStation, but it's not my original one. I have been collecting old consoles for the past few years and kind of just been buying some random games here and there. So I was telling Willow before, and this could lead into the next game. I was telling Willow, I bought a game just because I saw the game out and wanted it. And I didn't even have a PlayStation. I ended up finding a PlayStation at a convention I was selling at, and bought it there because I had the game. And that game is Hard Trilogy. But yeah, I've been buying. I'm looking right now. They're all in the art cave, and I can play them randomly if I need a break or something. There's a PlayStation 1. An N64, an original Nintendo, and a Sega Genesis. The only thing I'm missing is a GameCube and what's the other thing? A PlayStation 2. I want one of those.
I pretty much have every generation of PlayStation, so
that is awesome.
I told Joe last night. Me and him were arguing because I said I have all the PlayStations, and he goes, "Well, you don't have this one." I'm like, semantics, dude.
Semantics.
I have at least one from each generation.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I gave mine away or something. You just don't realize, especially when you're a kid, you don't realize what you have. And then you go and turn around and you're going, shit.
Yeah, my PlayStations are long gone. I leveled up to Xbox, and then Xbox left, and I leveled up to Xbox 360, and then eventually got rid of that. So now all I have is an N64 with a boatload of games that, yes, they still work, so everything's fine. I have EB Games to thank for getting that used N64, so thanks, Willow. Yeah, there's that, and then I have the rebooted / remastered versions they came out with, like the NES Mini and the Retron 2, which allows you to play old school NES and SNES cartridges. Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and then I have the Sega Genesis reboot that has 80 games built into it, and I bought a few cartridges for that as well, incling Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So,
the Power Rangers game,
dude! I got the movie game and I got the original game, so I got both versions.
I had the Power Rangers game for my Game Gear.
I did have a Game Gear for the longest time, and then it eventually broke.
That was one I always wanted, was a Game Gear, and never got because I had other stuff. And my cousin had it. I was so damn jealous. I played it every time I went to his house.
Game Gear. How about this? Game Gear Star Wars. I couldn't stop playing. Star Wars is so addicting.
All right, we got to get back focused.
Sorry.
That's another show. Thanks a lot, Willow, for derailing this.
Damn it, Willow. But yeah, Tony Hawk, and then going a little bit forward, Tony Hawk Underground, which I think you mentioned.
Yeah.
That's when you started customizing your own person and trying to be part of the team, right?
Yeah, you try to get sponsors by Sector 9 and Billabong and all that jazz.
And I think that was my first introduction. And I wish somebody would have sat me down and went, "You can do this as a job." Was when you could start creating your own stuff and you could create your own logos and everything in the game, like Tony Hawk Underground. And I would spend hours doing my own logo, setting everything up, and nobody pulled me to the side and went, "Hey, you can make money doing this. You should go to school doing this." Nobody said shit. I didn't know it was a thing until like 10 years ago, and I'm 32 now.
I remember saying to my mom and my foster mom at the time, and saying that I wanted to become an artist with all the drawing that I did, and she goes, "Well, I would really like you to choose something more realistic."
What does that even mean?
Right? Yeah, my and all love to my dad, and I love my dad dearly, and but he wanted me to go to school for business. He's like, "You're not going to do anything with the artist stuff. You need to go to business." and I went for business, and I was bored as hell. And so I left and never went back. And if somebody would have went, "Hey, there's this thing called graphic design.
Yeah,
you can make shit out of it." Like, we even did some graphic design stuff in school, but it was more like Photoshop stuff and things of that nature. It wasn't making cool logos, and I know part of it was I was a dumbass kid and wouldn't listen to anybody. But like, I kept going, "I want to do art. I want to make art," and people went, "You can't go to art school." I'm like, "What?" And like, oh god. That's a whole other show too.
But those are the great things about those kind of games, is trying to customize your character as much as possible, so that you don't. And I spent way too much time trying to do that.
Oh yeah.
I got into playing The Division with my husband, and the first day I'm just like, I think I was like 2 hours in. My husband's like, "Okay, I want to play."
I'd like to play the game now.
Let me play the games now. Okay, it's like the comic book store guy from Simpsons. Hello, I want to play video games. Okay, just get away.
We used to do that when the people I hung out with, like right after high school in the early year of college, my 1 year of college. We used to we would get all the new wrestling video games, like the WWE game. So as soon as the new WWE game came out, we spent a night. That night was, okay, you create your character, we create the arenas, you create your entrances and everything like that, and we would bring other systems in so you could play other stuff while the one guy's creating shit. And then the next night you had to be all done. So then we would start doing our own pay-per-views and playing these games and stuff. And just, it was insane what we did with it, and just so many hours wasted. Yeah. It was fun, and I love it. I don't regret a minute of it, but the wrestling games just killed so much time.
Well, speaking of which, I'm glad you brought this up, because now it just brings to my attention wrestling games for PlayStation, the original console.
Yes.
I played WCW Nitro, WCW NWO Thunder, WCW Mayhem, Backstage Assault. WWF War Zone was my introduction to the World Wrestling Federation.
Man, I totally forgot about War Zone.
Yeah, War Zone was like, you watch the Raw intro and you're like, this game is hardcore violence, and I don't know why I'm satisfied by it. So then you just play the game and you watch the entrances and you play the game, and then when you pin the guy, all you do is just go on the ground and lift the guy's leg up to like a 90-degree angle, and it's like 1, 2, 3. I'm like, what is that? That's not. They don't do that. That's too precise. But yeah, wrestling games, WCW NWO Thunder, because I'm NWO for life. For those of us who grew up in the 90s, I loved playing Thunder so much because it's the easiest game to like beat. It's one of the very many wrestling games you can easily beat.
Hold on.
Which is very true. Yeah. Did anyone else play these
money
games?
And then I'll let your thing play. Give me a hoagie and we'll talk. But man, this game is just, this took a lot of time. This was another game that first introduced me to different outfits of characters. So you could play, it was kind of weird because you could have 4 players and you could all be Stone Cold, but every Stone Cold had a different outfit. So you would just play all these characters to see what the different outfits were. And man,
so many memories are starting to flood back, man.
Oh yeah, and just I can hear this game without the sound on.
Do you remember the theme song? And then the wrestlers would come on, yeah, baby, take it, War Zone.
Oh man! And then like the really funny thing is the cutscenes in this were actually videos of the real wrestlers, so you're not even seeing the people. Look at the damn sparklers.
Look at the pyros. Look how
They look
lame
like
they are.
fountains.
Oh my god.
There he comes.
There he is.
Rest in peace, Owen Hart.
R.I.P. Owen Hart. R.I.P. Yes.
The man,
Yes,
and
indeed.
their hands aren't even hands; they're just giant fists. And somehow you can pick up chairs and whack each other with them. And, they come in right after another. Oh, man. They did nail Stone Cold though with his head shaking. I will give him that.
You think it's yeah.
Oh man.
Look at these cheesy graphics.
Oh my word.
Oh.
I know. Weren't these the days, Willow?
I'm gonna have to search for
Look
my
at this.
PlayStation, my original
Look at
PlayStation.
the drop kicks, man.
I'm gonna have to rewatch our episode just to write down all the games I have to play now. Like, I would play the hell out of some Warzone right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's there's games like that. I'm sure there's a ton we haven't even touched on.
Yeah, we're gonna have to come back for a sequel and talk about PlayStation 2.
Yeah, we're at that 5-minute mark, getting right at the end.
Jeez.
I got another one on here that I used to play the hell out of.
Oh yeah.
Here, let me. Sadly, Warzone has to
DDT.
go away. Oh god.
See, even though I don't watch wrestling anymore, I can still call the moves. Like move from like if you put me at a commentator's desk, I can still call the match easily.
I wish, and I don't know how, because I'm not the greatest with technology stuff. I barely run this show. But I really wish there was a way for like us to hop on and play old PlayStation games together on Twitch or something.
That would be awesome.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that would be spectacular.
I'd be
I would
for
do
that.
that. Would
That'd be the
a-
greatest live stream in the history of live streams, Willow.
Oh yeah, and then you can
Josh.
really hear me talk some trash because I am terrible. But we got one of the ones I have here that I still have to play.
NFL
I haven't put
Blitz.
in NFL Blitz. This is the most messed up NFL game ever. You could get score points in the high 100s if you figured out the way to play it right. My cousins and I would play this. And we would cheat all. It wasn't like you didn't play it like normal football. You could run backwards, and you could be in the middle of the field, run backwards so they don't tackle you, and throw it like the entire length of the field, and have your guy catch it. It was just basically who got the first few touchdowns, and then you get a few steals here and there. But NFL Blitz was fantastic, and then there was a hockey version, and I think it was PlayStation 2. I don't think it was PlayStation, but there was like a Hockey Blitz or NHL Blitz or something. And that one was fun. An amazing soundtrack. If you go through there and listen to the soundtrack for that, badass bands. And then you could beat the hell out of each other. You could just be coming across and you like your guy's going and this guy just BAM! I'm pretty sure you could plow them through the windows. Like if you hit the window enough, you plow them over the window and the glass broke and everything, and they take a minute to come back out.
My goodness.
I used
Why does this come to me at the last minute? NASCAR 98 and NASCAR 99 were my introductions to NASCAR video games, and the soundtracks on those were fantastic because it was nothing but guitar riffs when you were racing, but the introductions to the games when they come on, it's a music video, and they do actual songs to it. So the actual songs I heard was Molly Hatchet. The artist is Molly Hatchet. I'm driving down the road and Flirting with Disaster by Molly Hatchet.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I think I played these ones.
Flirting with Disaster by Molly Hatchet. And the second one, which was NASCAR 99, was Gear Jammer by George Thorogood and the Destroyers.
Man, yeah, we're going to have to do another episode. If I don't hear from my the guy that I'm trying to get as a guest on December 15th, maybe we can do PlayStation 2 then.
Yeah.
If you guys are available.
Make it 2 hours because it's PlayStation 2.
There you go. Because I was even going through the PlayStation list and the PlayStation 2 list, and they had Grand Theft Auto. They actually had Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, which is a great game. But my two favorites are Grand Theft Auto 3.
Playing that game.
Oh yeah, Grand Theft Auto 3, and then Vice City. I played the hell out of Vice City, man.
Flock of seagulls. I ran so far away.
I am one of those people that actually drove around listening to the
Yes,
radio
I
stations.
was actually just going to say that. So
Flock of seagulls, baby.
One of my best memories is so I'm originally from Northeast Ohio, in when the hell was it? The 2000s, early 2000s. My dad and stepmom decided to take our family and come down to Florida and go to Disney World, and we drove down, and we talked my dad into getting us a small little TV that went in between, because we had a big van that went in between the seats. The TV went there, and we brought the PlayStation 2 with us. So the entire drive down, I am playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City. And I would just, like, sometimes I would do what Willow said, just drive around to listen to the music. And my dad's like, are you even playing? I go, well, yeah, I'm just chilling and listening to the music. She goes, what the hell are you talking about? And then I had to turn it down sometimes, because I'd start doing the getting the cops on you, because you get bored, and my dad was like, turn that shit down. I'm like, sorry, because he thinks, like, I guess the cops are coming after him. I'm like, the sounds are very realistic. I knew when to switch. Kateri says, I knew when to switch the radio station to make sure I heard the songs I wanted to. Oh, that's dedication.
I often just listen to the banter. Like, I love the DJ banter.
Oh yeah, the DJ
Oddly
banter
enough,
was the
I wanted
greatest.
to be a DJ, so it's
Man, I love. Then that's one of the reasons I want to get a PlayStation 2, is to get, the old Grand Theft Auto games and play those.
Mhm.
I do need to get some memory cards though, because I'm gonna have to save some stuff. If I
Did
could
you
get
guys play the Gran Turismo game that came with the system?
I don't remember playing that. I know of them, and my one buddy from college time, he was really into Gran Turismo, so he played the newer ones when we hung out.
Yeah.
I never got into those because I didn't like just regular racing games. Most of the games I played involved either shooting or fighting, so take that as you will.
My husband was big into the racing games.
Okay.
So, well, he still is.
I also remember, I don't know if they did it for PlayStation 1. It may be a PlayStation 2 thing, but if you went into your memory card, they actually had little icons of the stuff that you played, and it would be a little character, and then you would have to make that ultimate decision on what to delete, because your memory card was only so big.
Oh, that was heartbreaking.
Or you go to a friend's house and you're about ready to play some stuff. You have a bunch of stuff beat, and you go to your friend's house, or for me, I would be going from my mom's to my dad's, and I would forget the memory card that actually had all the good save stuff on there. And you're like, I'm not playing freaking Grand Theft Auto with nothing saved. What are you? Are you some kind of animal?
Or here's my thing. I'd saved the game and then go back to it like months later, and then completely forgot what I was doing. And I've done this with Resident Evil a couple times, where I'd save at the dumbest spot because I'd be like half dead, nothing in my inventory. It's like, I'm gonna restart.
Oh man, yeah, that was And there's actually a meme going around where it says something to the fact that, like, it's Dumbledore or not Dumbledore, the wizard from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, Gandalf.
Gandalf. Sorry, I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan, but he's like staring around, like looking all confused, and it's like when you jump back into a game you haven't played in months, where this place doesn't look familiar to me, or some shit like that. But yeah, we got Terry again. Oh no, I made sure to get a memory card that had the equivalent of 16 official memory cards. You just had to scroll through. Oh, Terry's fancy getting the 16.
I remember getting that magical card out when I was a kid. It's like, more save spots.
All right, well, that has been an hour. We didn't even touch PlayStation 2. I hope you guys enjoyed the walk down memory lane of PlayStation 1. Hopefully we can do this again, maybe December 15th or something to that nature, or maybe the 19th if I decide to do a show randomly. My mother-in-law is coming in that day, so I'm not sure if that will work out. But I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Chance to escape.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I have to do a podcast. Oh, what a shame. No, I love my mother-in-law. No, it'll be great to have her down, and we're looking forward to it, and it'll be nice to have some family time. But let's get everybody's plugs in. Let's go with Ryan first. Where can they find you? What show do you do, and all that good stuff?
Yes, sir. You can find me on the Nerdcast. It's a podcast where I talk about movies young and old. It's on Anchor, Google, Spotify. New episodes drop every week. I talk about 2 movies an episode, so I have plenty of material to last me into the end of my days. So check that out. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for our YouTube channel known as Nerd Culture. We talk about all things in the nerd universe. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at It's Nerd Culture. New videos drop each and every week because we love you guys. We just passed 300 plus subscribers, so thank you to all those who have supported, liked our videos, commented, all that good jazz. We cannot thank you enough. And check out our new Threadless store. It's on now, nerdculture.threadless.com. We got all kinds of killer new stuff, new threads to whet your appetite. You can buy a gift for somebody you love, or a coworker or something, whatever. Buy yourself something that treat yourself. That's what they said on TV.
Especially now with the show going on.
Exactly, yeah, treat yourself. But other than that, thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun. And by the way, this shirt is fantastic, so feel free to pick one of these up too. Because there is #no rest for the creative.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is my nice new tagline, and that will be coming on to new shirts more and more, so stay tuned for that. That is, hopefully I will get it, copyrighted or art or whatever the case may be. But Willow, where can they find you? You're on all the shows, so you just say I'm on it all.
I'm on everything. You can
She's
find
everywhere.
me Instagram, Facebook. You can find me on Twitter and YouTube. You can find my page at Skylar Productions on Facebook. And my show is pretty much random whenever my guest or me can have some free time together.
And that is Willow's Pillow Talk.
Willow's Pillow Talk, yes.
Yep.
And then I'm also co-host on Reels and Heels every Saturday afternoon.
Yes, another awesome show that is part of the HWWS WebTV network. And we actually have to say congratulations to Miss Willow. She has become what's your official title now for HWWS?
I am the program director.
Yes,
the PD, ladies and gentlemen.
She's only been doing it a few days now. She still looks calm. We'll check in with her in about a month when she's had no hair anymore because she pulled it out because she's been dealing with all of our annoying acids.
I promise I will not start smoking again.
But thank you guys so much. Congratulations, Willow, for you on the promotion. I hope you enjoy it. I hope we don't cause you too much grief. But thank you guys so much for coming on. We will definitely do this again soon. And I am Josh of J Bauer Art, Back Talk with Bauer. I am the host of the show. I am the artist, the graphic designer, the video editor, all kinds of awesome stuff. I am the guy behind the new faceless of the HWWS WebTV YouTube channel or website, which I'm actually going to be messing with as soon as I hop off up here. By the way, Garrett, that new ad of all the bands that were not on the list previously for Indie Music Radio, I hate you. But anyways, oh, you guys don't even know. So many bands that were not on there. So many. But yeah, if you like any of this stuff, if you want to support the show, I'm actually looking for new sponsors. I have sponsorship opportunities on my website, the jbauerart.com website. I actually have, I'm looking for another live read sponsor, so you can hop on there. If you hop on the website stuff for January, you will get the month of December free, so get with me on that. It's $15 each for a little block, and we can advertise your shop, your art, your whatever we can fit into that little block, and it'll be a clickable link, and it will go to your Facebook, your shop, whatever it may be. So hit me up. I'm also doing, I forgot to mention, I'm doing a Black Friday sale. There's not just the Threadless Black Friday sale where you can get $12 t-shirts and 20% off everything else, but I am doing a big sale. So there's one, you could use promo code FREEPRINT, and that'll get you, if you buy one print, you get the second one for free, and that there's no limit on it. So if you want to get 20 prints, you can get 20 prints for half the price. So head on over to jbauerartshop.com or jbauerart.com to find that. And then if you want one of the pretty paintings like these or any of the ones on the site, you can actually save $75 right now by using promo code Black Friday. So these paintings are usually $200 each. You can get them for $125 right now. If there's something you don't see, you can't find it, or you're in the Central Florida area and want to save on some shipping and meet up, let me know. I can do all kinds of stuff. I need to get these paintings the F out of here because it's almost 2021 and I got to make more room for new shit. So other than that, thank you guys so much for hopping in. Thank you for tuning in. And I will catch you guys next week. Later.